Sound test room.
Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to the sound test room. Today we're going to take a look at Xenon. Xenon is it calls itself a groove synthesizer. Okay, now it's by Ice Gear. The guys who are bringing us Laplace, Lorentz, Cassini. I think there might be another one as well. Oh yes, Argon, one of Jacob's favourite, Argon. And this is good, you know. Now I've put this in the blast from the apps past category because it's quite old. It hasn't been updated for over a year, but it's still audio bus compatible, which you should have a look at in a minute. And essentially, it's a closed work environment groove boxy type synth thing. So you get actually 5 tracks. So 5 tracks that you can record on. If we go to here, the sequencer here, you can see that these 5 tracks here, they correspond to, this is for the drums, and this is for the PCM synth. And then you get 2 synths that are the same, 2 V8, 2 virtual analog synths, I guess. And then you get like a hybrid synth, and they're locked onto their own tracks as well. Okay, now a couple of things that I would have liked to have seen that it doesn't have. Let's go back here a sec. There is no metronome counting, so no metronome. So for instance, if you're using the drums, it's best to actually physically program in the drums instead of trying to record them in. Also, there you can hear there's quite a lot of delay on there. If we go to the mix here, for the rhythm track, which is this one here, if we just turn down the send, we're not going to get any. We'll have a little bit on there, I think. Let's see. We're not going to get so much of that delay because the delay it's global. The effect, if we go here, and it is just a delay. There are no other effects to be had, just a delay. However, like we said, because it's audio bus compatible, you can use Xenon as an input device and record the synthesizers indirectly to your whatever DAW you're recording into or whatever. So the other thing is, like for instance, let's have a look at the hybrid synth. Now the synthesizers are superb in this, and they are, as you can hear, I'm playing that with a little Korg micro key, 25. And for each of these synthesizers, you get a load of you can see a load of presets, and of course you can say, for instance, we could select that one, hit load. And they sound very, very good. The virtual analogs are mono. You have lots of nice control over sounds. I set this one up earlier, which was like a. Now another one of my things here. Oh, and a PCM synth, which is kind of some sampled sounds here. Beautiful. It's beautiful. The synthesizers are absolutely brilliant. So another thing as well, if we look at the, let's say for instance, let's start with the drums here. You get, with these several different kits here, you could choose an 808, you can load that in. And along this here, this level, pan, pitch, that is dependent on each pad. So if you can see slightly change, like if I turn the pitch up on that hi-hat there, it won't affect the pitch on the open hi-hat. Sorry, it won't affect the pitch on. It won't affect the pitch on anything else, and the same for the others. So you have got quite a lot of control there over each. So you have a mix as well for each. So for instance, your kick was too strong. Let's just try another drum kit here. That's what standard is. Load. It's kind of your acoustic drum set there. but I'm going to go with a 909, I think. What I'm going to do, and I've still got a bit of delay in there, you hear that, but that doesn't matter. Now here we go with sequence. Okay, so if I hit record here, I can see I can record with my Watsits, but because I have no metronome, it's a lot easier for me to just go put them in. And of course these are to do with the pads. So this is pattern 1. So that's important to remember there. So you're working in patterns, and each pattern is only 1 bar long, and that can't be changed. Okay, so I'm going to pitch that up a little bit. Okay, so let's go back there. And now I think I'm going to add some of my PCM synth here. So notice here I'm in pattern mode as well, by the way. So you've got pattern and song mode. We're more concerned with just pattern mode at the moment. So I wanted that I wanted the music box sound. So I'll find it. So if we go to sequence, I'm on pattern 1, and I can just press record for this now, and I can I'm going to go to pattern 2. So I've recorded that. Now, normally I don't like recording 1 block bars, so that was another one of the limitations kind of thing. But the fact that it's such a beautiful looking app as well, and it sounds great, and the fact that it's got audio bus makes it infinitely more usable. Now let's just go to the sequence section a sec, just to see how we start to construct our things. So here is our song sequence. Now we know we've got something recorded for the rhythm track, and we know we've got something recorded for the PCM synth. So I want to select pattern 1, and that's pattern 2, by the way. So you've got 1, 2, 3. Now I know there's nothing in any of those other patterns. So pattern 1 for the rhythm, I'm going to put in there. So pattern 1, I'm going to select that and put pattern 1 in. Select that and put pattern 1 in there. And then I'm going to do something else. And then also for the PCM synth, I'm going to place pattern 1 in there, but I'm going to place pattern 2 in there, and I'm going to select pattern 1 for there. And then for this one, I'm also going to select pattern 2. And then before I go any further, I'm going to go back here, go back to the rhythm track, select sequence, and go to pattern 2. Now, oh, by the way, you can copy and paste, but I mean, there's not really any point in me copy and pasting one note. So I'm just going to add that back in there and just play this pattern here. So we know this is pattern 2, and I wanted to add something to. And then I'm going to do something else for pattern 3. So I'm thinking one of these is copy, I think, yeah. And paste. Now, but don't forget that this is now pattern 3 of the drum machine, not pattern 3 of the sequence that you can hear. That's still playing pattern 2 because I'm working with the drums. So I'm going to add some kick drum now for this. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go to sequence now. So here I'm going to select pattern 2, and then for here I'm going to select pattern 3, pattern 3, pattern 3, and pattern 3. And now I need to record something else for this section, but I could just carry on adding my sequence along there. In fact, that probably would be a better idea, to be fair. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 1 and 2, and now I'm going to play the song as it is that we've just built up. Okay, so you know, sorry, it goes back to the beginning. We have a mixer, and that'll just do. Now you see I made a mistake there, so I want to change that to pattern 1, and let's start again here. Now, we don't have to have it loop, we can switch loop off, and this will let you decide. So I'd say, okay, well, we want to go to 16 bars now, okay, and we can activate that, and then we're done, I think. We can go back, and you'll see that further along now we've increased our loop length, so once it plays along, it'll just carry on looping. So so we've got that, so let's add something else. Let's add, I think that's mute as well, by the way. So, and see it's carrying on because I've increased the loop length. So we can stop that. Let's go back and say, okay, well, I'm going to add some, I don't know, some bass synth now. So we can, let's see, there's a synth bass. Let's try some of these basses. And the load is a bit slower as well. That's quite a nice sound actually for that, and to save time of going through the whole thing, you get the idea. So I'm going to go with, call that pattern 1 for the bass. And this is another thing, you've got to keep track of your pattern numbers and stuff. So let's just play the pattern for wherever it is here. So there's nothing there, the rest of it, so that's okay. Now I need some sort of reference, so let me go back, go back to the sequencer here. That's because we're there. We're going to start there, okay, and play the pattern. There's nothing here. I don't know how to start this back at pattern 1 like that. That'll do it. It's telling me to select the pattern number. Okay. Right, so we've got that now. Let's go to our song, our sequencer, sorry. And I'm going to bring my, I think it was this one, wasn't it? There with pattern 1, pattern 1, pattern 1, pattern 1. I think it was that synth. We shall see. Yeah. So the song, sorry guys, this has been silly now. I'm going to take this back to 8 because otherwise, you know. Okay, so hopefully, now I still, like I said, I'd love to know how you get back to the beginning. Must be that. And on and on and on. This is how you build up your. This is how you build up your tracks. So let me just go to the file systems. Oh yeah, and like I said, you've heard this stuff. This is the effect that I've showed you. You've seen the mixer, and you've seen the song sequencer. So if we go to File and we'll load up their demo, you can see, once we go to the sequencer here, you can see how complex you can make this and how cool you can build stuff up. And also I'll play it and you can also see how really, really cool this sounds, you know. So now, the other thing I said I was going to show you as well is the fact that it actually still does work in Audio Bus. So if we select it here, if I can find it. There it is. Okay, and it even has the bar, the Audio Bus transport there. And if we play now, it should say, you should hear it through Audio Bus. Right, so there you go. Yeah, so at that point, what I would be doing is choosing. This is the virtual via the MIDI. What I would do now is I would be using this like I would use Argon. I would use this instrument as a keyboard instrument to play audio in, and the sounds, like I said, the sounds they're really, really, very, very good. You get some because this is the PCM, the pulse code one, and you can hear that the pitch bend wheel on the little micro key works. Not the most realistic sounds in the world, but that doesn't really matter because it sounds cool. And if you're using your on screen, you can use that to pitch the keyboard around. You can make the keyboard bigger. Here you can just make it 1 octave and it will be much larger. Select different sounds for a bit. So there you go, guys. There it is. Xenon from Ice Gear. Superb to add to your collection because it still works. I mean, many of you will still have this, but you know, I thought it was nice. And the suggestion of some people who commented on the YouTube channel they'd like to see a Xenon a demo, and the fact that it'll work in Audio Bus so you can get it into any DAW you like is cool. You can build up your tracks that way. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think I've covered pretty much all of it there. Yep, it's like an enclosed thing. You get the synths. The synths are very, very good. They sound very nice. There's certainly nothing naff about the synthesizers included inside. You are, like I said, with the effects, you're going to have to play around them because you kind of defaulted with the same amount of effect on well, they've changed this because of the demo song, but when you initialize a file, your effect is, if I select new and go OK, new preset, if I go to the mix there, the send is turned up halfway for all of them, so you know you might want to start with a lot less, but of course you can adjust it, but you are only limited to a delay inside of the synth. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this. If you have subscribed to the channel, Subscribe to the channel and visit us at thesoundtestroom.com, where me, Jacob and Colin will help you out with anything we possibly can. Alright guys, I'll see you later.